Hey, Chris here, coming to show you some more yard sale and thrift store finds. Pretty good week. This is actually past 2 weeks, maybe even 2.5. Kind of forget what day it is. Uh, Starting to run out of room in here. I packed a box for FBA last night with 70 items. Gonna pack a couple more boxes today. Hopefully send maybe like 400 things out. Starting to run out of room pretty bad. This is stack from last video over there. I did a yard sale a couple weeks ago. I got stuff that I'd taken to that's taken up a bunch of room. It's a mess. So yeah, let me show you what I got. And yeah, over here, we'll start over here. Got the Omega Virus from Savers. I believe that was $7.99. This is one of those electronic games. Batteries broke up a little bit, but I went into it and it's fine. It works well. This game goes for about 100, 150. Last time I had one, I think I sold for like 80 or 90. This is one of those decently rare-ish games. Then we'll just go along the back first. Then same savers, I got Motorized Patriot from Bioshock Infinite. It's the Ben Franklin one. I think it was $9.99. But I did have a 20% off coupon. I wouldn't have got it otherwise, even though, it's only $2 off. Goes for about 30, 35. Packaging is a little beat up, but it's still sealed. Next to that, got Scrabble Onyx Edition. I think this was Salvation Army. I think this was only $3 or $4. I forget how much this one goes for. It might be between like 50 and 70. Unfortunately, it's missing one tile, which is really annoying. So I'll have to jump on to eBay, see if I can try and find it. Over here, I got these Hello Kitty things at Goodwill. They were like $2 each. I got 4 of them. There's another one floating around somewhere. On the back, it says they were only $4.88, but looking them up, they had a decent sales rank. They were going for about $20, so I decided to grab 4. There were more there, but I figured I probably wouldn't even get through the 4, so taking a weird risk on that. On top of that are 3 Godzilla figures. We got Godzilla on the right, we got Gigan on the left, and then I think that weird trash monster in the middle, I forget his name. I think they were $2.99 in a bag at Savers. I'll probably get Godzilla's actually broken. I didn't notice he's missing a fin on the back, so I'm not really sure, but I think the trash monster goes for about 15 or 20. Gigan maybe like 10, 15. I'm not really sure what I'll get for Godzilla with a broken fin. But yeah, Godzilla monsters go for a decent amount. If you find them cheap enough, it's worth just picking them up. You'll easily make at least $5 on each of them. Then over here we got Electronic Dream Phone. I got that with the Omega Virus as well. That I think was $9.99. That'll go for about 70. The phone works fine. No battery damage or anything. I think it's missing a clipboard, which isn't the biggest deal. And then up there, I think this is a different Savers. This is $5.99. Got a sealed Monopoly ESPN. I think this goes for about 30, 35. Then under that, we got Risk in this round tin, which I've seen before, only in antique stores, and it's always like $60. I think this one goes for about 40 or 50. But yeah, complete, looks good. Probably gonna cost a lot to ship, so I might only make, I don't know, just $15, $20 on it, but I think that was $2 or $3 at Salvation Army. Go over to here. Got a copy of Cash Flow. That was I think $3.99. The sticker's gone. It's probably $3.99 at Savers. Missing one little piece, but not one that really mattered. Probably go for about 35, 40. I think is what this is going for now. Yard sale $8. This is collector's edition Monopoly / Scrabble. You flip it, and there's the Scrabble board on the other side. I thought that was pretty cool. I think that goes for about $50. Again, something that's kind of heavy. It's made of wood. It's got all wooden components, so gonna be a bummer to ship. But anyway, then over here, I got a few Polaroid cameras. The 2 in the back, I think I paid $10 for both of them. Got an Impulse AF and a Sun 600. And then in front of that, I paid, I think, $7 for this. It's a Polaroid Spirit. The sun always goes up a ton around Christmas. I think last year it was up around 80. Then I think right now it's only around like 30, 40. But I'll probably price it high since Christmas is coming up. The Spirit I think will go for about 40 or 50, and the Impulse probably about 30. In front of that, we got a little Sony Walkman. It's $2.99 savers. Somewhere between 40 and 70. I know that's a broad range, but then this was a surprise. The Sega Saturn, system only, but it was $14.99 at Savers. I also got 2 PS2s, a slim and a fat one with the network adapter. Sold them both. That was earlier this week, but I've already had a return on one of them. So anyway, one of them's come back. And then the other one's in the hallway waiting for me to go to the post office. But yeah, I was in the Savers and I asked to see the games behind the counter. And the guy walked by, he's like, "Good luck, buddy. Like, you're not going to like it." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And I looked at the prices. And it was a bunch of DS games. And they were all twice as much as they go for used online. Like, it was $40. I think it was $40 for like New Super Mario Bros. Open, and I think it was like $25 for Mario Party DS. It was a mess. It was a real mess. So I figured this guy had already been there a while and he'd gone through the store, but somehow he just I don't know, he didn't go over to the electronics. I found a ton of stuff. I found that Sega, 2 PlayStations. I found all these Guitar Hero or Rock Band receivers for Wii. These little these were $2.99 each, except I got two together. One's a drum, one's a guitar, and then one was just a guitar. So yeah, $6 for those. They go for about 15, 20 for the Wii ones. I got this Airport Express. I think this goes for about 30 or 40. I already sold another one for 50. I got this iPod. Works fine. I'll go for about 40. Got these GPSs. I don't usually pick up GPSs anymore once I found out that they can have passcodes and you can't unlock them without knowing the passcode. I've had one GPS lying around for forever because I just can't figure out a way to reset it. But I got these other two just because they were cheap enough. I think they're $5 each. One of them came with a charging cable. One of them came with a case. I think the small one goes for about 25. I think the bigger one goes for about 35. But yeah, that was surprised. I think I found one or two other little things while I was there as well. I think they're already gone. Or I misplaced them. I don't know. But I was really surprised that he left that stuff behind. Anyway, jump over back to the systems. Got a GameCube and an N64. Paid $35 at the yard sale for that. Came with a copy of GoldenEye. Came with 3 controllers as well. They're hanging out back there. A black one, a gray one, and a green one. Both wires for the N64. Only a power cord for the GameCube. But I also found some GameCube and some N64 stuff at another yard sale, I think last week or the weekend before. But yeah, N64s, they're not going for too much right now, but again, around Christmas they'll go up. Then we got a couple calculators. I think I paid $20 for the TI-84 Plus at Savers. A bit much, but definitely still worth it. About a $60 calculator. And then a BA2 Plus, I think at Salvation Army. I think it was only $1. Might have been Savers, I don't quite remember. And then we got some more iPods. Don't remember how much I paid for. Oh yeah, I got this one with the 2 Polaroid cameras back there. It's a Gen 3 or 4, I think. I think it might be a 4 because of the camera. That I think I paid another $5 for that. That'll go for I think 40 or 50. Then I got this is the newest Nano, but it's got a little bit of a crack in it. And over here, it'll probably go just south of 100 though, because it still works fine. But the damage, otherwise, I think it would go a little over 100. Then I think this was at another yard sale. I think this was $4. The guy said he had an iPod, he didn't know where it was. I was like, okay, that's fine, don't worry about it. And I went back to my car, and while I was looking up on Craigslist the next yard sale to go to, he just like came knocking on my window. He was like, oh, I found it. And I was like, oh, okay. Cool. So that was $4 for that. Didn't have a cable, ended up working fine. It was kind of gross, but I cleaned it up a bit. Then I got two little electronic things, plus I almost forgot. Ugh, some Digimon cards. I paid $1 for all of this. The batteries are exploded in these, that's why they're so cheap. I forget, I don't know how much either of them go for. I think Electronic Pinball I sold a while ago for 20 or 30. But yeah, I got some Digimon cards. They sell decently in lots. I picked up a few forever ago, and they sold pretty well. It took a while on some of them, but people are still into Digimon a lot, but they don't make the cards anymore. Unlike Pokemon, which you can walk into any Walmart and buy Pokemon cards. Yeah, then, let's see. Got a Talk Girl over there. I think it was $3 at a yard sale. Bought some other stuff off the person as well. One of which, oh yeah, this is another iPod I bought from her, but I paid $25. I got a few games in the iPod. The input jack's messed up, so you can't listen to the left and the right side at the same time unless it's like hanging out of the jack pretty much. So I'm gonna see if I can fiddle with that. But it was a 30 gig classic, which goes for a decent amount. But yeah, got a Talk Girl off of her. That can go anywhere from like $10 to like $80. It's a super random. It's all over the place throughout the whole year. It's mostly the Talk Boy that people want, because that's the one that's in the movie. We'll jump back over here. Got an Atari that's $15 at the yard sale. Came with 2 controllers, paddle set, and these games. Let's go through the games real quick. Atari games, nothing special. Asteroid, Circus Atari, Canyon Bomber, Pac-Man, and Combat, obviously. Yeah, 15 for that. I've sold 2 Ataris this week, actually. Ended up selling one of those for $75 by accident, but anyway, the 6-switch one goes for usually about $100. And I also sold a Sears 6-switch one for like $50 plus like $30 or $40 shipping. I have weight-based shipping on Amazon, so some of my prices are kind of weird now. But anyway, I was happy to find that. Works great. Came with the box, which actually didn't come with the box. I just happened to have a box lying around. Anyway, moving on. Let's see. Is that got a DS? I think I got this at Salvation Army. I think it was $20, which is actually a little too much for just the condition it's in. Comes in this case. Comes with headphones. Has a couple stylus. But, yeah, probably paid a little too much for that. I don't even know if it works yet. But something I did not pay too much for was 2DS. I paid $45. I also got a couple N64 controllers that I mentioned earlier and some wires for Dreamcast, N64, GameCube, and all that. Kid did not have the systems anymore. Said he got rid of them forever ago. I don't know why he had all the wires. I think I got an Xbox wire from him too. So he seemed like he had a ton of video games, but he just outgrew them very quickly. But he said he got this, and then he just wasn't into playing the game. So $45 came with these 6 games. We got Phineas and Ferb. We got SpongeBob. I think that's Atlantis Pants. We got Wreck-It Ralph. We got Pokemon Diamond. Got Pokemon Omega Alpha Sapphire, which I'll probably be holding on to. And then Pokemon Sun, which I actually bought earlier this summer. So I'm going to get rid of that. But yeah, it's a good find. I'll actually probably hold on to Sun for like a week just to trade the starters. And yeah, so $45 for that. That was a decent deal. And then I think, yeah, we'll go to this. So I ended up paying, I think, $70. It says yard sale on Craigslist. It had a ton of video game stuff. It was already 11 o'clock. and I somehow, oh, I missed it somehow, but I figured I'd still go. A lot of the times, even when people have video games on, like they have pictures of the stuff, even when they have that, a lot of the times they don't put everything out. Like they'll still have some other stuff that they just decided not to put out. So I figured I'd go. I was glad I did. I ended up paying $70. It's a mishmash of the stuff I'm going to show you. Pretty good deal. They ended up throwing in an original Nintendo for parts, but it didn't. It ended up being for parts. I tried to switch out the pin connector. It didn't work. But it did come with this, which I've never found before. Nest fourscore. This is multi-tap, much like a PlayStation. I think there's only about 20 games that use it. Works great. I happen to have one of the games. And yeah, so this goes for about $25, so I was happy to find that. And then the controllers and the zapper and the wires all worked, so at least I mean, they threw it in with the $70 stuff, so I'll show you what I did get. I got a lime green Game Boy Advance SP. We got Megaman Zero 2 and Super Mario Bros. Deluxe. I think I also got Super Mario World, but it looked like trash. Actually, I might have left it behind, but anyway. I got this stack of N64 games. NFL Blitz, Hey You Pikachu, Donkey Kong 64, Toy Story 2, Pokemon Snap, Banjo-Kazooie. And yeah, this was 2 hours after the yard sale started. They said somebody came and they bought all the systems, but I guess no one else bought games. But 2 hours in, I was surprised to find these. And Mario Kart 64, like, I don't know why anyone would leave that behind. These games all work fine. So I'm not sure why somebody would buy up all their systems and not buy these games. They did have high prices on them. You wanted like $15 per N64 game. You wanted $10 per PlayStation game. But I don't know, I just put it all together and was like, oh, you take this much, and you countered, and then I was like, yeah, that's fine. So yeah, I also there's some more games in here I'll show you that I got as well. But I also got Battlefront 2, which is gone, Spyro Year of the Dragon, Metal Gear Solid, Crash Bandicoot 1 and 2. I think one of those games might still be here, but yeah, most of that's gone. So that was $70. I already made that back on Spyro, Crash, Metal Gear, and Battlefront 2. So yeah, it's pretty happy about that. This was a pleasant surprise. This was about an hour after yard sale started. $20. I ended up with this stack of original Nintendo games. This one was actually inside the original Nintendo that I got. So that was thrown in there too. But yeah, $20. Flip these around. Probably gonna drop them. But yeah, they had random prices all over all of them. Some were like $10, but it just said $25 for all. I offered the lady 20. She didn't have the Nintendo anymore, so she didn't really care. But yeah, Clax, which I'd never heard of. We got Double Dragon. Gremlins 2, which I played for a while. It's actually pretty fun. Gremlins 2, the new batch. Donkey Kong Classics. Marble Madness. Burger Time, which I think I actually had that case, but the rest of these came in these cases. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and The Adventures of Link, Zelda 2. This one was marked to 10 on its own, but yeah. So yeah, $20 for that. That was pretty cool. Then I got a couple copies of Warcraft 2. This is the BattleNet. These two I got Salvation Army. These are both $1 a piece. I think Warcraft was $2 at Savers. Yeah, and then just this stack over here of stuff. Go on top, we got Risk 2. I think this is $1.99 Salvation Army as well. Diablo, I think that was probably $1.99 Savers. You know, I often don't even know where my copies of Wii Sports come from anymore. I don't want to say Goodwill for $1 or $2 or $3. I don't even know. Half-Life, A guy actually asked if he had video games. They're like, no, we don't have any video games. We still have a Wii, but we play it. And I was like, oh, do you have anything older? And I named a bunch of stuff, and he's like, I don't know, I got PlayStation games if you want. I was like, yeah. So he came out with a stack of PlayStation games. I ended up grabbing some kind of crummy ones, but decent overall. He only wanted $1 a piece. I got 12 games. I only ended up paying $10. So part of that was Half-Life on PS2. It's about a $10 game. Wii Sports Resort came from somewhere. This is that copy of Crash 2 I mentioned. So I sold Crash 1, I guess. Namco Battle Collection. This actually came from Savers. This is $2.99. Surprised it's about a $15 game. Then Midway Arcade Treasures 2. I think this was at Salvation Army. I think this was like $2 or $3. It's in shrink. I think it'll go for anywhere from like 20 to 50. I kind of forget, but surprised to find that. Lego Marvel Superheroes Xbox One. I think this is $5.99. I think I paid too much money for this. I'm not really sure. The main listing's gated on Amazon, which is great. So can't sell that unless it's new, I think. But hopefully get $12 anyway. Salvation Army, 99 cents. Fallout for Mac. A lot of older Mac games can go for some money. There were a ton of Mac Play games, but I only grabbed a few. That Warcraft and Alpha Centauri were also from that Salvation Army. I'm not sure how much Alpha Centauri will go for, but I grabbed it anyway. But Simpsons Hit and Run, I don't really remember. Just Dance 2016. I think that was. It has a sticker. It looks like it was at Savers. Kind of forgetting. These are probably like a few weeks back. The Warriors. I think this was at Savers. This was $3.99. It's actually, this is less than $10 now. This used to be like a $50 game. The PS2 version's still around $20, but I think it's only going to get $9 or $10. 007 Legends. I bought this because I like James Bond games. I think this was $5 at Savers. I'll play through that. Hopefully get the platinum. And then this was also, these were part of the $10 PS2 12 games. So got Half-Life down there. Zone of the Enders. Demon Stone. Robotech Battlecry. Robotech Invasion. Gungriffon Blaze. I pretty much knew this one was probably going to be worthless because like most working design games like don't really go for too much. This is one I thought would go for more. The Nightmare of Druaga. Then good stuff. Champions of Norrath. It's about a 35. Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance. It's going for a 15-20 still. These were from another yard sale, but I got more than that. I think I paid $30 for this stack. Got Mario Strikers Charge. I think I might have overpaid a bit. Tales of Symphonia Dawn of the New World. I thought this would have been at least $10. So it's only about like $4 or $5 game. Star Fox Adventures. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. We're switching back to that other one. Gauntlet 7 Sorrows. It's another one I thought would be worth more. RPG Maker 3. Another one that's really not worth too much. Champions Return to Arms, thankfully. So $10 was even with these kind of like junkier games that don't go for too much. The two Champions games in Baldur's Gate makes it more than worth it. At another yard sale, I picked up a bag of a little like Anakin Starfighter Lego set that's already sold for $10. That's long gone. And then Gears of War and Rare Replay I paid $5 for. I think this is only like a $6 or $7 game anyway. I think Rare Replay on its own goes for $15. It's like one of those weird anomalies where I think just this gets buried in the list and people don't realize it's on there, so people put it for cheap. I'm gonna hold on to this. I got an Xbox One recently. If you go back a few videos, you can see it there. You can see the deal I got on that. I played through some old Rare games. I probably won't play Gears of War. I'm not really a big fan unless one of my friends wants to. Back with the Talk Girl. Got Naruto Ultimate Collection. These games on their own are only a couple bucks, but I think the collection goes for about 25, 30. And then Kaya Dark Lineage. This also came with the Talk Girl, so the 25 bucks. This will go for, I think it goes for about 10 or 12. So I'll make my money back, even though that iPod didn't end up working. Also, with Rare Replay, I picked up what I thought was a new copy of this. So I was wondering why the case was white. I thought the front looked kind of weird, but it was in shrink. It is kind of, the shrink is messed up back here, but I looked closer and it says refurbished product. So I'm not really sure what to do about this. I guess I'm gonna have to open it up and see if it works. Maybe I'll look into it. Maybe I'll see if they have some kind of like refurbished program somewhere. But I would bet they bought it at Best Buy or I think Target. I think the two of them refurbish games and reseal them, I believe. I'm not 100% sure. And then this goes back to the $30 with the Crystal Chronicles and all that. A sealed copy of Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate for Wii U. I think this might have also came with that. New Super Mario Bros. Wii. And then apparently got another copy of Hit and Run at some point. And another copy of Knights of the Old Republic. And yeah, that was it. I want to say that was $2 at Goodwill. But yeah, anyway, that's it. So like, subscribe, comment, share. This weekend's looking rainy. I wouldn't expect another video for a while. I might get out Saturday if I end up finding tons of stuff. A new video after that, but I would expect another couple weeks. But yeah, thanks everybody, and have a good one.